Let's wipe you guys off. Ooh, what a difference that makes. Okay, so Jordan just texted me on Messenger and she's like, hey, do you go on at 7? And I was like, yeah, but it's only 6 here. But then I thought, you know what? I'm going to jump on real fast early, because an hour early, because by 7 o'clock, you guys, I'm going to be in bed. I am so tired. But anyway, so yeah, step 2 today. Step 2, let me get this. I'm going to load the dishwasher. And then I'm going to go grab my book and we're going to talk about step 2. So how's everybody doing today? I hope you guys are having a good day. Those are my confessions. Do any of you follow Amelia Fart? Amelia, Emilia Fart, F-A-R-T. Yeah? Really? Huh? Yeah, he flies on it. Yeah, Nate. He has his own little, hey. Good girl, Jordan. So, what was I saying? I'm going to get my 12 and 12 and we'll read out of that. And then I'll share with you guys how my experience was working the second step. The first 3 steps, when I worked my steps, you guys, they were kind of like, the first step was very much like by itself. Like I had to take the first step. Like I had to fully concede to my innermost self that I was an alcoholic addict and that I could no longer use and drink anymore. Like, and it's not even about like I could go out and get high, you know, but I could no longer use and drink successfully without having some kind of horrible consequences, without feeling horrible about myself, without having like just, it was like, you know, I got to that point in my using and drinking that it was like not fun anymore, and it was something I had to do. Like it said in the 12 and 12, it was no longer a luxury to like go out and party. It was a necessity. It's something that I had to do to stay normal, to feel normal. What is, buddy? Oh, mix it all together. And that's like where that imaginary line is that we cross when we're drinking and using, is that a lot of people don't understand that there's like a imaginary line you cross from like being a regular just abuser. Hey, Cher. Just being a regular like drug abuser into being an addict. That imaginary line that you cross where you like drop your morals and your values and you'll do anything, you know, for your next hit or drink or... That was my friend, and she is in detox right now. And she is in detox right now, and she lives right across the street from me. My little boy is best friends with her son, and she is in treatment, and she was just crying, and she was like, you know, I wake up every morning and I'm telling myself, I can do this, I can do this. She's not going to get out until detox until Monday, so I have a couple days, hey Michelle, to get her into the treatment center, because she's just in detox right now. So I'm going to call the treatment center here in the morning and try to straight from detox into rehab, because if she doesn't, she's gonna relapse. Like I mean, I know that's what I would have done if I hadn't gone straight to treatment. I would have relapsed, because it's like that obsession and that just disease. It's just like when you get out of detox and you like got 7 days, you know, of suffering and shitting all over yourself underneath your belt, and you get out and you have no coping skills or no foundation to like, you know, go back on anything to like, because what it is when we get out of treatment or get out of detox, we still have all those old behaviors, all that old thinking, all that those old ways, you know. So when we get out of detox, we have to go into rehab for 30 days. 90 days would be bomb, you know, and learn new behaviors, learn how to like say no, learn how to not go around people, places, and things, and learn how to talk good to ourselves and not beat ourselves up anymore. Man, she was crying and she was like, I told her, I said, her little boy is my little boy's best friend, and he's 4. And he was over here yesterday, and he looked at me, he goes, my mom went to the doctor, Nicole, and I said, I know, baby, and she's going to come back, and she's going to hang out with us, and we're all going to be able to go to the park together, and we're all going to be able to go to Chuck E. Cheese together. It's not going to just be you, me, and Nate anymore. Your mom's going to be with us. He calls me Coco, and whenever I got sober, she and I used to use together a lot. Like all the time, because she lives right across the street. So I got sober, and she would come over and see me, and I was like, girl, you know, I love you, but I can't be around you anymore because I got to change my life. So she kind of just like stopped coming around because she knows I'm sober and I don't want to do that crap. And I tried to like get her into the Suboxone doctor, and she got on Suboxone. She would just eat all her Suboxones and then go shoot heroin. You know, and that's the thing, you guys. Suboxone isn't going to get you sober. Like, I know. That's why I'm like, when people are like, well, that's keeping you clean. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, all I have to do is just not take it and go get high. You know? And that's, like, my neighbor is this pure example of that. I set her up for success at the Suboxone doctor with therapy and groups and everything. And she just got her script filled, sold half of it, ate the rest, and went and got high, you know? And so, total waste, you know? And that's the thing, like, these maintenance drugs, they don't keep us clean. We have to change everything about our lives. Because if we want to get high still, we're going to get high. And that's just the main thing about it. You guys, like, we might not realize, like, if we want to get high, we're going to relapse. If you still have that reservation in your mind and you're bouncing back and forth the thoughts about, you know, drinking and drugging, then you'll go out and pick up again. Because that's what you want to do. It all comes down to, like, the willingness to change and the desire and that desperate feeling like, I can't do this anymore. I need help. And, like, a lot of people, they don't get desperate because they have family that helps them, or they have people that take care of their kids so they don't have to worry about their kids getting taken from them. And I see that so much every day. I see so many women whose parents will take care of their kids, and which, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? Of course they're going to take care of them. They don't want them to go to foster care. But I know from experience that if my mom and dad had taken my kids, I would have got sober, you guys. My son had to get taken from me and had to go to some stranger for the impact of the severity of the situation to like, make me realize, like, whoa, I'm ruining my son's life. You know, and I try not to get wrapped up, or that was my mindset when I knew that I would have to change the way I thought and the way, yeah. And it's hard. It's hard to change. The reason it's hard is because it's a habit. We've practiced it for so long. You know, I can't do it. Getting sober is too hard. You know, I'll just go out and get high. Do you want ketchup? Sorry, guys. I don't know why my phone's going in. Ketchup on it? Okay. And I need you to eat that. Sorry. I don't know why my phone keeps on going. Reconnect. We're going to go upstairs now. I'm going to put ketchup on his eggs, and then we're going to go upstairs. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry, Nicole, but at least you're doing good. Yeah, and I know. My friend is such a sweet, and I just care about her so much. And like I said, we were just criminals together. Mix it together. We would just go out and get high and do bad shit. And that's why she even says it. She's like, you give me so much hope, Nicole. And she's like, there's a reason why God made us neighbors. Because if you can do it, I can do it. And I'm like, yes, Jordan. I mean, we were, y'all, and I'm a lot older than she is. She's only 20-something years old. She's still young. And so I told her, like, you got your whole life ahead of you, girl. I was like, I was so set in my ways, I didn't never think I was going to get right, you know? So, it makes me so happy to see her, like, calling me from the rehab, man. She called me from detox, you guys, and she's, yeah. I care about that girl. I want her to make it. You know, I want her to get her life right. I want her to be happy. And I want them babies to have their mama back. Boom, chakalaka. Burger today. I like them. Where is my girl Kim? Okay. She loves coming to these things. Let's do this, guys. I'm sorry it's dark. Let me get the lights on. There you go. Yeah? Nathaniel, eat your eggs first. Okay. Step 2, here we go. Here we go. Now, step 2. Should I stop this video and start it over, you guys? Do you feel like, because there was so much breaking up in between, or should I just go from here? If I should stop and sign back in and, like, make a fresh video, that way everybody will be on. Tell me what you think. Okay, see how I decorated my little, it's my sobriety date, July 13th. I had 6 months clean when I got this book. Okay, step 2. My son is just not eating his food, and I'm not going to get him out. He can sit there until he eats. All right, here we go. Step 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. I remember when I first read this step, and I'm like, insanity and restore me to sanity. I was never insane, you know? And then my sponsor looked at me and she was like, you were insane? And you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So it's just the definition of me going out and using drugs. I would do the same behaviors over and over again. And then I would wonder why my ass ended up in prison. Then I would wonder why I didn't have no money in the bank. I'd wonder why I lost my jobs, you know. For a long time, I couldn't understand, like, the cause and effect. Like, I couldn't understand that these were the consequences of my actions. That, you know, losing jobs and going to prison and losing my family and my friendships and my relationships was a result of the direct result of my drinking and using. Especially when I first, you know, started drinking and using, because I couldn't see the correlation between the fact that my drinking and using was affecting my life. Like, I really thought that I was just having a good time, you guys. That's how it all started. Like, I just thought that, hey, you know, I'm kicking it with my girls. We're going clubbing. We're having a great time. We're drinking. We're smoking. We're tooting. We're looting. I mean, I just thought it was all normal. You know, I thought everybody does this. Everybody parties like me, you know, until I started partying and I started realizing that people didn't party like I did. People don't drink until they cannot walk. People don't take pills until they're not awake. Like, normal people didn't party like that. Normal people knew when to stop. And I could not stop. I was on a freaking mission. When I would get drunk and high, I was on a mission to stay fucked up for as long as I could. The moment they read step 2, most AA newcomers are confronted with a dilemma. Sometimes a serious one. How often have we heard them cry out? You know what, you guys, let's start this over. Hold on. I'll be back. Let me go let Nate out of his seat. We're going to start this over fresh. So that we start straight at step 2 and not all that